you'll get all kind of different opinions about, is this something that I can deal with? Is this something that has outgrown its time? You'll get plenty of opinions on that. But the bottom line is that the power holders, which is basically the government entities, they're going to listen, and then they're going to decide, this is what we need to do to improve this situation. Now, does everybody benefit from that improved situation, especially when they tear down these housing complexes and everybody gets moved to different locations around the city? Some benefit and some don't necessarily benefit, that much.
The violence and fighting happen, and outside people feeling unsafe when they walk through a fear of getting robbed or something. Sheppard Square was viewed because, don't go over there because those people are heathens. They don't know how to act and then how to live in normal society, I guess. But Sheppard Square was normal. You shouldn't judge people because they're poorer than you or anything.
It just seemed like the character changed. So it only made sense. And then the other thing is, just again, as a public housing professional, this is obsolete property, obsolete housing stock, meaning that it costs more to maintain this property than what's economically feasible. So you can't continue to invest in obsolete property because these properties take a lot of money just to keep them basically safe to live in. So I would be in agreement that it was time for it to go. I would have to agree with that, just purely from an economic standpoint. And as well from a social standpoint, I believe that it may take a few generations to see, or at least a few years to see the social implications play out. But I think that the kids who would be removed from growing up in this experience will have a better option to grow up in another environment that is not mired with the conditions, the negative conditions that are in Sheppard Square or were in Sheppard Square before it was torn down.
In a way, it was kind of a community within a community, and it's a little heart-wrenching to see that it had gotten to the point where it needed to be demolished in order to bring about change as far as growth for people.
The statewide perspective, what's important is there's a transition on how we provide low-income housing. And not only that, but there's a tendency for those professionals and organizations who only deal in housing to deal with each other and not looking at the economic development impact, looking at the educational impact, looking at the health impact. And so my office actually looks at all those areas when it comes to minorities and their quality of life. And so from a statewide perspective, this project is important because if there are some best practices that work for families and families are able to improve their situation, then we could, I think it's important for us to look at that and see how can we copy some of those and learn from those and use them in other communities, not only in urban communities, but rural communities.
Hopefully that it'll move forward and have good management. Good management, that is the whole thing about having good management and staying on top of things and screening people who will take pride in their community.
I see it flourishing, man. With the whole Hope 6 movement, it ultimately, especially from an economic sense, is going to revitalize the surrounding area, which is Smoketown. So once again, Sheppard Square, whether it's old or new, brings new life to the surrounding community.
you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white wall, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac,
I think the sense of community will be lost. I think it's going to be a whole new and different kind of community, but people like myself who plan on still being in the community no matter what, because I plan on coming back to the new Sheppard Square.
Change is different, man. It don't mean it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be different. So change is always a blessing.
Somebody told me, hey, Shan, you really good in this computer thing, man. You really need to do this. And that was a person from her. You know, honestly, they gave me my first job, which made me know that I can make a living doing it. So that's what I miss. I miss the people, man. It's the community, the buildings, the projects is great, but it's the community and the people that I miss the most.
3 words that come to my mind with Sheppard Square. First of all, I would say Sheppard Square was fun growing up. I would say that Sheppard Square was like family. And thirdly, I would say that Sheppard Square will be missed.
All I gotta do is sit through the winter, you know what I'm saying, where everything frosts up. When spring comes, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna rejuvenate. Uptown's gonna be beautiful than it was. I looked at Clarksdale, that's a nice look, you know what I mean? Sheppard Square is gonna, you know, it's gonna be a beautiful situation. The name gonna change, of course, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reasons may be, but it's just fall, man. I'm just waiting for spring. Who knows what it is? I know it's coming.
I'm glad to see it come down because I like progress to go on, but still yet, it was a piece of my heart just being broken to see it come down. I was just kind of undecided and wishy-washy about it coming down, but I think overall I'm glad to see it come down, so I can see the change.
I will always remember the people of Sheppard Square. You know, I'm not into, I know so many of my friends that have moved out of Sheppard Square remember the brick and mortar, but I remember the people, those are the best resources that I can remember, and the faces, the smiles, the events, how they welcomed me into the community, being an outsider and never feeling like I was an outsider.
And Sheppard Square has always been the heartbeat of Smoketown, and even today, even though they've torn it down, they're going to rebuild it, and it's going to raise property values up, you know, in Smoketown area. You'll have businesses that's going to come to the area, so it's going to be a positive thing, man. It's going to be a positive thing. It's because of Sheppard Square.